Hi folks, the Filipina Pea here, and today is gonna be a little different. I've got big plans for the holidays next week. I'm actually doing 2 Christmas specials this year, and I'm so busy getting ready for them that I decided to do something casual for today. You guys love my mailbag videos where I answer questions about other people, but this time I'm gonna answer your questions about me. Now, these are all over the place, and some of them are very personal, but I'm gonna be 100% honest. I've always been a very private person who tries to keep her personal life out of videos, but after almost 5 years, I guess I can let my guard down just this once. So get ready for some unfiltered pee. So, where did the questions come from? Well, most of them came from my Patreon page because a few days ago, I asked everybody what they wanted to know, and I told them they could ask me absolutely anything. Besides that, I get lots of questions in the comment section, and since people know I'm really hard to offend, I get some pretty strange stuff there sometimes, and also from the emails. And by the way, guys, yes, I do have an email address. It's listed on the About Me section in my YouTube channel. So let's see what you guys came up with. The first question is from Brian L., who says, on your recent trip to Australia, you went to Bondi Beach. Did you go topless when the camera was off? Well, to be honest, I actually was topless on the beach, but only when I was filming the intro you saw on the video. And since my hair covered everything, I didn't accidentally flash anybody. Oof, imagine the horror. But no, I stayed fully dressed when I wasn't filming. Next, he's also got a second question. When you got in the sleeping bag with that guy, did you two actually spend the night together? Well, I hate to ruin the illusion, but I promise to tell you the truth. So here's what really happened. Dion, my tour guide in Australia, came up with the line about getting pee in the sack. So we just added that part where I crawled in to the bag with him. So no, we actually didn't sleep together in the bag. I actually slept by myself after we filmed. Okay? Next question is from William B., who wants to know, have you ever banned anyone on your channel, and what did they do that crossed the line? Well, yes, I've banned people, but not for disagreeing with me or even for insulting me. They can do what they want to. It's usually for outright lying about things I've said or done, even after I gave them the proof that they're just plain wrong. But they continue posting the same crap. I've also banned people for scammer links that take you to fake websites. And I've also banned a few people for racist comments or for really obscene language. But you can disagree with me all you want. I actually enjoy a good debate, so go for it. But first, you gotta ask yourself a question. Do you feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk? All right, next question. The next is from Zach E. Will you ever go back to school to continue your education? No, seriously, I doubt it. I already graduated from college and I don't see what good it would do. I already have a job, and if I ever switch to something else, I just complete whatever training I needed. But to be honest, I'm reaching a point where I need to make some tough decisions, some hard choices. I can't keep working like this forever because I'm not that young anymore. I always said I wanted to be a wife and maybe a mother, and at 34, I'm starting to run out of time. So that doesn't mean I'd stop making videos or leave YouTube. It just means that I need to start thinking about settling down and making a life for myself. But right now, that's just impossible because I'm working over 80 hours a week and my life is consumed by nothing but making content. So if I decided to get married, that just wouldn't be fair for my husband because I have nothing left to give at the end of the day, which is, for me, about 3 a.m. But going back to school, that's really low on my priority list. Although I really wanted to be a lawyer, but I guess, oh well. Okay, next question is from John Y. After 300 years of Spanish occupation, are there a lot of Filipinos with Spanish blood? And do you have any Spanish ancestry? Well, it's funny you should mention that because I always wondered the same thing myself. I don't look like other Filipinas, so I figured there might be some surprises in my family tree. I ordered a DNA kit, but when I tried to mail the sample back to the US, it got blocked at the post office because it was some biological material. Crazy, right? So when I went to America last year, I did another test and I filmed myself doing it because I was going to turn it into a video. But when I got the results, they weren't what I expected, so I canceled the video. It turns out that I'm 2% Chinese and 98% Filipino. Boring. But what about everyone else here? Surely after 300 years, a lot of us have Spanish blood, right? So I researched it and was shocked to find out that only 2% of Filipinos have any Spanish blood at all. I guess the Spaniards just didn't find us attractive. I don't know, they just didn't mix with Filipinos that much. But thanks for the question. I learned something new today. All right, so the next question is from Thomas B. How long is your hair? Well, I don't actually know, so let me get a tape measure and we'll find out. All right, folks, so for those of you that don't know, this is Lucy, my assistant. She's the woman behind the camera when I'm filming. So Lucy, let's get measuring. Let me get the other end. Okie dokie. Okay.
Okay, 42 inches.
Wow, 42? There you go, Thomas. It's 42 inches. That's about 3.5 feet. I might need a trim soon. So thanks, Luz. And the next question is about Lucy again. JRSM wants to know, so Lucy, how did we meet?
Facebook.
Yep, I met her on Facebook, which is where we do everything here in the Philippines. About 4 years ago. Wow, has it really been that long, Lucy? I was looking for a camera person and Lucy was looking for work, so we became a team. So Luz, do you regret working with me?
Oh, yes.
How dare you? Now get back to work. Kidding. Next question is from Matt S. What type of man are you attracted to? Alpha, beta, sigma, gamma, etc. Well, I'm not sure how much faith I put in those kind of labels, but if I had to choose, I'd say a sigma, the strong silent type. Alphas can sometimes be too loud and obnoxious for me. Not every alpha though, but a lot of them. So I tend to prefer the quiet, intelligent guy who stands up for himself and for me as well. But that's not set in stone. I'm sure there are good guys from all types. JG wants to know, with all you've accomplished, what are you most proud of? I think I'd have to say building my family a home. That's a promise I made as a little girl, and I was always determined to keep it. I knew my parents would probably never be able to afford a real house, like, a concrete house. So it made me feel really proud to actually build one for them. That's their forever home, and now I don't have to worry about it blowing away in a typhoon. And I know my mom is safe. Promise made, promise kept. Next question is from Simon R., who says, why don't you sing more songs? I really love your voice, but you never sing. Really? You love my voice? I don't. Well, the problem is, almost every song that people recognize is copyrighted, so the video gets demonetized. And since I have to get a paycheck, I only sing on my Patreon channel where the videos don't make any money anyway. But thanks for the compliment. You can go check my Patreon videos, how I torture my patrons. Sorry, guys. Okay, Richard C. What was really in the drawer by your bed that you didn't want your mom to find? Woo, wow, you actually remember that. That's from one of my very first Dare to Pee videos, where I was, I think, chopping a coconut?
Now, I haven't done this in a while, so if I cut off my hand and I bleed to death, Mom, I really love you. Give all my stuff to my little brothers, and please don't look in the drawer by my bed. Please.
Okay, you asked, so here's the real story. About 10 years ago, one of my friends got married and I was a bridesmaid. I don't know if it's a custom where you live, but here in the Philippines, the bride gives a little gift to each one of the bridesmaids. Well, since I have a reputation of being such a goody two shoes, she thought it would be funny to embarrass me by giving me something that's kind of scandalous for a Filipina to have. Well, it was a vibrator. Now, if you know anything about Filipinos, you know we can't throw anything away. So when you give us a gift, we're kind of stuck with it. So I just left it in a box and I put it under some clothes at the back of my drawer and forgot about it. But I was always worried that my mom might find it whenever I was, from home. So if I ever got killed, that would probably be the last horrifying memory of her little pea. And next question. Next one is from Ben D. I don't think that's his real name because his last name says Dover, and I don't think any parent with the last name of Dover would name their kid Ben. And if they did, that's kind of cruel. Anyway, Ben says, "What's the weirdest email you ever received?" Oh, well, that'd be a very long list, but I do remember a couple of strange ones. A few months after I first started my channel, I got this email from a guy who claimed that somehow I hacked his phone and I was sending him some disturbing images, whatever that means. And he said that the voices were telling him that he needed to come find me to make it stop. As you can imagine, that scared me to death. And that's the reason I decided to stop talking about my personal life and I kind of became a hermit. Ever since then, I'm real careful not to film where I live or give any clues that'd make it easy to find me. I don't show the license plate of the car I use, and I don't even shop at the same stores all the time. I don't know if that guy is still watching my channel, but if he is, I hope he got some professional help. So the other one I got was just a few days ago. It was kind of a job offer, I guess, from a website that only features women with long hair. They wanted me to post pictures of myself in different poses while brushing my hair or washing my hair, and they said I'd make money every time someone clicked on them. I've never heard of anything like that before, but it's obviously not something I'm gonna do. Weird, huh? People are weird. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, I got several questions from Jim H, but they're just little quick ones. How tall is too tall? There's not really a height limit, really. I'm 5'5", and about 2 inches taller than me is fine. So you have to be at least 5'7" to ride the ride. Okay, long hair, short hair, or no hair? No preferences. Any of the above, I guess? I'm not really picky about guys' hair, as long as it's not greasy, I guess. Smart or handsome? Smart. Any day of the week. Nothing beats intelligence for me. Not necessarily book smarts, just someone that can keep up. Like when you're watching a movie with somebody and halfway through they say, "Now who's that guy again?" And you're like, that's the main character, the one you've been watching for the last hour? I want someone that can tell me what's going on. Biggest physical turnoff. Ooh, long, dirty fingernails. That just says something about a guy's personal hygiene. If he's got gross nails, you can count on other things being nasty too. Yikes. Younger or older? I usually prefer guys over 50. Now I know a lot of you are gonna say, "Oh, she's just saying that," but if a hot young guy came along, she's probably gonna change her mind. But no, I actually think older men are more attractive. And when I get married, I'll prove it to you. Does size matter? Only to a certain point. And after that, it really makes no difference at all. It's kind of like the height requirement. As long as it meets the minimum threshold, who cares? And finally, there's a question from Matthew D. What do people get wrong about you? A lot, actually. Probably the biggest thing people get wrong is that I'm not westernized just because I speak fluent English and I get your sense of humor. I'm just a girl from the province that studied your culture. So what? I'm actually very traditional. I'm not a feminist. I want to get married and have kids. And I'm happy to be a stay at home wife who washes my husband's clothes and cooks dinner every night. I believe in staying together through thick and thin, till death do us part, and I don't mind at all if my husband leads the way. What's so westernized about that? If you mean my spicy humor, I didn't pick that up from the West. I've been like that since high school. And if they're talking about the fact that I reference a lot of Western movies, that's because we watch them here. Just like a lot of people watch Korean movies. But does that make them Korean? Of course not. So I really don't understand why they call me that. Oh well, maybe it's just people who don't watch my channel. But I assure you, I'm 100% Filipina. Or to be precise, 98% Filipina. The other thing people get wrong is that they think I have an agenda of trying to get people to come over here. The truth is, I don't care who comes here or not. If you want to stay in your home country, that's cool too. My only agenda is trying to help good people find each other and make as many successful couples as possible. I'll tell you the good things about the Philippines and the bad things about the Philippines, and what you do with that information is up to you. The one thing I will always tell you is the truth. Well, I hope you forgive me for taking it easy today, but when you see what I've got for next week's Christmas specials, you'll understand why. Thanks for sending your questions, and I'll be back on Tuesday with some serious holiday cheer. Till then, folks.
You know how cute I always thought you were.
If you think about it, I'm kind of like your lifeguard, keeping you from drowning in a sea of doubt about life in the Philippines. I won't let you dive right into the deep end without learning about our culture and customs. You can always count on me to take care of all the little details along the way. Wait, what is that in the pool? All right, everyone, out of the pool, out of the pool! We're gonna have to shut it down for weeks and get a hazmat crew in here. Oh, that's so disgusting. Which one of you subscribers did that?